What led to the Crusades? Let us see. First, religious causes. News and rumors about the oppressions of Christians in the East by Muslims, about 3,000 Christian pilgrims were massacred in Jerusalem. This has aroused the Europeans to fight against the Muslims, in order to regain lost territory and defeat a threatening rival state at the same time. Also, the Roman Church wanted to restore the unity to Christendom. They wanted to bring the Eastern Christians and their church under the control back. This is where the Catholics and Orthodox has spread for a long time. The Pope and the churches dreamed to recover the Christian holy. In terms of the political and economic factors itself, the feudal system, which is the ninth, has actually led to the Crusades. The expansionist tendencies of the European feudalism, especially the France, feudal Europe and feudal France had achieved some surprising wealth and populations. Thus, they wanted to expand and acquire new lands in the East. The major factor that has led to the Crusades, the preaching of Pope Urban II, where the immediate cause raised the battle cry of a holy war against Islam.
The Reconquista, basically a movement by the European powers due to the fall of many Christian territories to the hands of Muslims. The idea of wiping out Muslims was accepted widely in Europe. The Pope of Rome played a huge role in motivating people to take part in crusade. After all, the Pope's vision to establish a Christian world under the papal primacy could be completed. The first crusade happened in 1095 until 1099. It first started by a sermon delivered by Pope Urban II of Rome. It succeeded to attract many people, which later on People's Crusade and Prince's Crusade emerged. The group of People's Crusade was instigated by Peter the Hermit, a priest. The army of him consists of untrained soldiers of elder people, women and children. In Prince's Crusade, a more prepared armies were taking part and led by many European famous nobles such as Raymond IV, Bohemond of Toronto and few others. Many people died along the way to Jerusalem, but the survivors managed to reach Jerusalem in 1099. They besieged the city of Jerusalem and a mass killing of Muslims, Jews, and even East Christians took place. The Crusaders captured Jerusalem, while Seljuk Turks and Fatimids lost control over it. The aftermath of the First Crusade was the formation of Salibi states or Crusader states. The Salibi states such as Edessa, Jerusalem, Antioch and Tripoli were formed. The Byzantine Empire even regained back a part of Anatolia from Seljuk Turks. Secondly, Jerusalem finally fell under the Christian hands. Many crusaders after that came back to Europe and were considered as heroes. The ownership of holy places in Jerusalem was granted to Christians. For instance, Tancred was in charge over the Temple of Mount, while Godfrey as protector of Holy Grave. Finally, the rise of Salahuddin al-Ayyubi could be traced in 1187, in which Salahuddin managed to reconquer Jerusalem from the Christians. It resulted in another crusade in 1192, in which a peace treaty was signed between Salahuddin and Richard, one of the leaders of the crusade. The Salahuddin allowed Christians to go to Jerusalem, but they must not bring any weapon.
What are the impacts of the Crusades? It increased interaction between different societies and groups of people. Second, spread of scientific and philosophical knowledge. The Europeans learned new understandings about mathematics from Middle Eastern mathematicians who were by far the most advanced at that time. In conclusion, the Crusades were a vitally important event to the European and Middle Eastern history. They were centered on a clash between different religions and helped transform Europe and the Middle East during the years of the Middle Ages. As well, many historians consider the effects of the Crusades as an important event in the emergence of the Renaissance in Europe a few centuries later.